Hi, Shelly here. Today I'm going to do some more jelly printing. I'm working on some wedding gifts and I need some earth tones and some grays, and I also didn't do any greens recently, so I'm going to kind of do a few of those, and I'm going to use a bunch of metallics. Also, I've made some tools that I'm going to show you how I did that. And we'll see how those turn out. So I hope you'll come with me and we'll see how it goes. So I've got a bunch of these 5x7 little MDF board. When I have my hardboard canvases cut, they have leftover pieces. And so I always have them cut me some different sizes so that I could just have them for different things. And so I've got a whole bunch of these over the years, so I'm going to use these to make some jelly printing tools. And hopefully it's going to work the way I think it's going to work in my mind. I'm going to take some white glue and slather that on. This is watered down just a little bit, still pretty thick. And then I'm going to take my trusty beacon glue. I just want, and it doesn't want to grab on because of the white glue on there, but we're just going to kind of glob it on here and there. And then I've got these sheets from, I don't remember if I got these, where I got these from, but they have them in the bakery section at the craft store. Walmart has them, all different type of places, and they're impression plates. Anyways, you use them for something in baking. And so I bought a few of these because they're really inexpensive. And I am just going to kind of work that in somehow on my background. I'm going to leave an overhang that I'll cut off later when it's all dry. And I'm going to go in here in between and really push down in a few places. I don't want to push down on the, I'm putting the raised side up. And then I'm going to push down, but I don't want to push down on the, because it's plastic, I'm sure it would push in completely if I wasn't careful. And then I'm going to flip it over here, and I've got these foam counting blocks that I got from the Dollar Tree for kids, and I'm going to glob on some more glue on the back, and I'm going to make little handles for my plates. Just kind of glue that in. I like the handles when I'm jelly printing. It just makes it so much easier to lift them off. The next idea I had was I saw a gal who was making jelly plate tools, and she took some cardstock and ran it through her in an embossing folder, and then she used that on her jelly plate, and I thought that was a great idea. Although I think cardstock isn't going to last very long, so I wanted to try doing tin foil. So what I'm going to do is, the first ones I did were these. Okay, and my little handles on the back. And what I did was I Mod Podged or glued the foil onto the cardstock, and then I ran those through my little, the old Texture Boutique, and then I glued them on these. But since then, that was a couple of weeks ago. Since then, I have gotten this Creative Station that puts glue on one side of your paper. So I'm going to try that today to try a little bit faster way of going, a faster way of doing it. Instead of waiting for my glue to dry, you just feed it through, cut it off, and you're done. I love that. And now I'm just going to peel this off. Glue's on the other side. Really what I should have done is just done a full sheet. I'm going to get this started. Nice and quick, and it seems to be a powerful adhesive, so I hope that that is the case. Okay, so here is the size of my folders. And so I think I'm just going to go ahead and half this. All right. I'll put those backwards. Right? I want this to be, I want the foil to be on top, not the cardstock, Shelley. There's some wrinkles in there, I don't care. I'm not going for perfection here. I just want to get kind of a groovy thing that hopefully I'll be able to use over and over again because of the foil. I may be wrong. And then go back the other way. Make sure I really got a good impression. Yes. I'll put this guy over here. I want to be very careful as I push this down that I don't want to push any of those raised places down. And then I want to get a non-gluey sheet. Flip these over on. Whoop. And I made these. Just with some yarn and some ribbon that I had in there. Now, this yarn may come off into my paint on my jelly plate and make a big mess. I don't know. This could be a disaster, but I wanted to try it. So I made these, and I'm going to try it, see how it comes out. I thought I was done, but I had an idea, and so I did a sheet of fun foam that has the sticky on the back and put it through my scan and cut. It doesn't cut out perfectly, but it did a pretty good job. For what I'm doing, I think it's okay. So I cut out the flowers, then I put the same file in again with the cardstock with the foil on it. And now I'm running through the foil through this folder. Okay, I think we're ready to start gel printing. I'm going to start out by making a couple of backgrounds. And I'm dying to use these, so I'm going to do these first. Now we know that these work, but are much better with a higher contrast, so I'll have to remember that. The other thing I want to try is, I bought this at the dollar store, little heat pad. I thought the wavy lines were groovy. Ooh, I do like that. I think that's definitely the best of the three. So I want to make sure I've got a good selection of the gray, black. And I was watching Carolyn Doobie, I think is her name, and she used a piece of dryer venting. And so I was at Menards last week and I went to buy some dryer venting because I just thought it was really cool. But the problem is that it's very expensive unless you just happen to have a piece laying around. So they had this black, a piece of this black vent stuff in the plumbing department or somewhere, which was same kind of effect, I thought. And it was a big long piece, so I cut it into two, cut off the ends, and then pulled it apart on this one to make a little different And I just think it is so cool. And then you could go singly or go across the other way. And I just thought, wow, that is going to be a good background maker for me for probably many years to come. Or to add something on top. I think that is just way cool. What if we put the stencil down first? Oh yes. A little bit of brown. A little bit of the brown from the stencil that didn't dry. What if we put this old black sequin out on the palette and sponge it on. Ooh, very cool. Or maybe our gunmetal. Get another sponge. All right, let's mix this up. Should not have grabbed a brush, I don't think. Maybe we can do this to get some of it off. Yes, lovely. What if we were to take my stencil or my my sponge and put the paint on? Let's see if this is gonna work. Oh, yes. It's definitely got too much in spots, but using my little guy here, make sure we get some of this black off of here. And then go in with our brown in between. I don't want to go too much on the flower. See, I'm covering that guy up. Ooh, yes. The gunmetal is what it needed. Otherwise, the white was too stark, and then that gives me the metallic that I need. I think I want to jazz them up just a little bit more now that I've got this black out. I had a lot of paint on this stencil when I flipped it over. Wow. That is fun. That is fun. And then I have to stop. Ooh, very cool. So what are we going to do on this one? More of the same. A little bit of that green. Ooh, that might be fun. Where is that green? Let's try that. So it's got a little bit of that green on from the stencil. All right, I want to finish up these. I really like, except for I've got just a little bit of that brown that transferred from the stencil. I've got these two, and I really like them, and I don't want anything too heavy, but I need something to bring it all together. So I think I will take a little bit of my sequin black. Well, I had a blast gel printing over the last few days, and I love what I've wound up with. I have a batch of, I love these are going to be great, and then I have a batch of, they're okay. And we're going to start with the ones that are just okay. And I'm going to quickly go through them just to show you that, because not every one turns out fantastic. These are good, and I will use them someplace. I'm sure the camera won't pick up the metallics like I'd like them to, but the metallics are very, very cool, and I will definitely be able to use them on projects. So just going through these quickly. Again, I think they're all right. Love this one. Actually, there's another one just like this in the love pile. These are still good. I need them for, and like I said, I did some green also because I didn't have any green in my stash. I like to have a variety of different colors at my disposal. My gel print area, you know, it's a big setup, so I like to get it and do a lot of it and then put it away and be done with it for a while. My green, some of them turned out a little bit dark. That's okay. I can also stencil on top of any that I feel need a little bit more. All right, here's my pile that I'm very, very pleased with. There's like that other one. This background was this one that I made. I do like the concept. I just think with the flower shapes and then having the real intricate pattern kind of wasn't what I was going through for. But I still think it turned out cool, and it put some nice texture in the background, even though you can't really see the actual flowers. But like I said, I will redo this. Make another one of these probably with the same flowers, but then I will use a single pattern like some dots or something, one of my folders that's just kind of a plain, so it'll be a little bit less intricate in the background. But I think the concept is good of using the embossing folders. This one, I don't know if you can see it. I think it's really cool. You can see it kind of maybe, but it is very cool, but it's very subtle. This was that other embossing folder. I decided not to do anything to this because I like it just the way it is. This will be great to use as collage paper. This background, remember, is I think it's for cupcake decorating or something that I got at the dollar store years ago. Those are very cool. I will definitely be on the lookout. Kitty. I will definitely be on the lookout for these in the future when I go. If I can find these cheap and in patterns I like, I would definitely buy more of those. Those are a lot of fun. I do think that the embossing folders putting the foil over the embossing folders, I think, was a big hit. I don't know if I'll glue them the same in the future. I'm gonna have to revisit that and see how maybe I can tweak that a little bit, but I am very pleased with how those came out. And the bath sponge background, I think that is very cool. And if you're interested in any of my stencils, these are all available on my PayHip shop on the link listed below. Bye-bye for now.